All right. It is Friday. Welcome, everybody, to Heroes World TGIF. Another week is done, and boy, was it ever a week. It's Andre from Heroes World, joined with my wingman, Jesse. Jesse, how you doing?
I'm not bad, not bad at all. We're a little
Very
late today, but I was out Christmas shopping. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You were Christmas shopping, and I was trying to figure out how the laptop works again. You may notice I'm in a different setting. Yes, my office is a little bit under construction, so here I am in my entertainment room. So, new setting, but the same old show. Jesse, what are you looking forward to this weekend? What is on tap?
Well, as we've talked before, I'm a big Fortnite guy, and the
Yeah,
end of season 2 is upon us. I think
right
Saturday at
on.
4 p.m. Eastern Time is the end event. So at the end of every chapter in Fortnite, they put on a little event where you see a little cinematic and your character does stuff. This one's supposed to be really big because it's the end of chapter 2 and we're moving into chapter 3.
Okay.
So the whole game's going to change, right? So apparently the map's going to flip upside down. So we're going to see all new points of interest. We're going to see all new areas. We're going to have all new characters. And apparently there's going to be rideable animals and three
Mounts. Mounts.
mounts, exactly. And there's going to be three rumored characters coming very soon. Do you want to know what they are?
Of course, I'm always interested.
So, rumor has it in the next Battle Pass, we're going to be able to get Tom Holland's Spider Man, which is pretty big. And then come December 20th, we're going to see a very small character. His show's out on Disney Plus. I believe we're going to get Boba Fett.
Whoa.
And then I think at the end of the month into the new year, we're going to get a character you may jump back on and buy, Neo from the Matrix.
What? That
Yep.
is crazy. Well, look at that. Fortnite has always done a stellar job doing these media tie-ins. So we got Book of Boba Fett coming out, we've got The Matrix coming out, and we've got the new No Way Home coming out. So kudos for the marketing teams to basically keep everybody locked in on those things. So man, that's kind of cool. I think you're going to be playing a lot of Fortnite this weekend.
Yeah, usually they have about a day, give the weekend off. So you get a little black hole event and your screen's all blacked out and you can't play the game until the next season. But we will see. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens. Will you jump back in though if Neo comes out in the game?
Uh, I gotta say, I sucked pretty hard at Fortnite.
You never
And
lost a game though.
oh no,
You
we lost a couple of games. Come on
okay,
now, come on
one
now.
game.
No, it was definitely fun playing with you guys. So I will probably, yeah, if Neo's, you know, if he's able to, if I'm able to earn him very easily, but if I got to jump through a lot of hoops, like I tried the Halo Infinite beta, and I'm a
Yeah.
huge Halo fan. But man, the progression is so slow to get any of these cool armors. I'm like, listen, I got a day job and I'm not as quick with the joystick as I used to be. So it's not fun playing games and losing all the time and not even getting EXP for showing up. But that campaign is also coming out on Wednesday. So yeah, you know, can't guarantee I'll jump back into Fortnite if Halo is there because the Master Chief's my boy. Been a big fan of that series for man, it's 20 years of Halo.
Yes.
But we'll see if Neo is easily obtainable, then I might definitely jump in. But
I
go ahead, man.
sorry. I forgot to tell you this earlier. I got a little email from I guess it's Warner Brothers. I applied myself for the multiverses beta.
Nice.
I got an email back from them today saying invite a friend and we may bump you up the list.
Oh,
So
nice.
who knows? I may be able to play that beta. The
That is
one
super cool.
the one bad thing though I will say is you have to sign an NDA
Oh,
if you're part of the
interesting.
beta. So
Interesting. That doesn't
we'll see.
sound optimistic, but okay, maybe they've got a big plan for it. So, speaking of big plans, comics, lots of great books out this week. I'll start off with what I read this week. And as per usual, there's so many great titles. We can't get to them all, but of course, we're going to curate what we think you guys out there will enjoy. So let's start off. Again, this is Andre being, the man of the people. I got to do sometimes a dirty job, sometimes things that I don't want to do, but I'm doing it for you guys. That's right. Here is another Mark Millar book that I am reviewing and reading. You know how I feel about Mark Millar. I'm not giving him, I don't like his stuff. To be honest with you, you've heard me talk about it before, but he's super popular and he always works with great artists. And this time it's no different. This is Millar with Mateo. I think sorry if I pronounce it wrong, Scarrera. Man, this artist is phenomenal. This book was super cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First issue, it's oversized. It's $4.99 US, so it's a little thicker, almost a book and a half. And it's called The King of Spies. Here we see the main character looking dapper. And I gotta say, this is probably my most enjoyed first issue of a Millar book because it's got a simple premise. It is well executed. The art is stellar, it's kinetic, the colors were vibrant, and it's subject matter that I like. So, a little bit of spoilers for who is the King of Spies. So, this is basically your international spy, your James Bond esque type of guy. And in his prime, he was the best agent, but he's older now. He's decorated. He's met the queen. He served queen and country, and now he's retired. But something is come up. He is sick. There's something, and he does not have long to live. And he feels he has not done the world a service. He has left the world, shall we say, not better for the future generation. So, with what time he has left, he is going to paint the town red, going after true bad guys. And I'm just going to put this on full screen. Like, yeah, hopefully you guys can see that. Man, this has got that little bit of John Wick esqueness. There's some gunplay, there's some fast action stuff. So, this book is getting a 2 thumbs up, high recommendation from me, and I can't wait. I'm saying this now, so hey, you guys are hearing me. I can't wait for the second issue. This might be the book. This might be, if this continues, this might be the Mark Millar book that it's not gonna change my mind, but I'm toting it. But yeah, man, the art, everything, super cool.
Now, do you still have those at the store? Because that one wasn't on my radar at all. And
Yes.
just by those few panels and just by the cover there, I'm actually really intrigued by it. It looks
Yes,
fantastic.
we definitely have it. Like I said, we will always carry his stuff. Like, there's going to be comics that I'm not going to love all the time, but I respect that people do enjoy his stuff, and he's popular. And a lot of times, these shows or his comics are turned into shows. Now, there's already a lot of talk and buzz about Netflix doing this as a
Oh,
series. And if you just do a Google search, somebody has taken that cover with them looking old with the shotgun and stuff, and put an old aged Pierce Brosnan
I was
beside
gonna
it, saying,
say
"Get
that.
Pierce Brosnan to play that guy and make it like this is the final days of James Bond." But spoiler alert, this story's already kind of been told. We had The Rock, the
Mhm.
movie where Sean Connery basically is playing uh, uh, an aged Bond-esque character. And if you really want to see Pierce Brosnan do it, check out The Tailor of Panama, because that is really, to me, that's what happens when James Bond retires. He becomes kind of this quasi, I don't want to say bad guy, but let's just say, he knows too many people and knows too many things. So Taylor Panama, great flick. You can check it out. So what about you, Jesse? What's on your radar? What did you read first this week?
There were a lot of annuals this week. I think we had Batman, Detective Comics, Nightwing. There was one other one, wasn't there? Action
There
Comics, I
was
think.
there was Robbins.
Robins.
Yeah,
Uh,
lots of manuals.
the first book I opened when I got home and read was Batman. And do you know why, Andre? I think you know why.
I think it has something to do with Ghostmaker.
Ghostmaker. So Ghostmaker is a new character that James Tinian invented, created. He is Batman, but he's more of a fly by the seat of his pants Batman. He's always testing his skills against Batman. They're pretty much equal, except he's more of a playful Batman, and he's not opposed to killing.
Yes,
So
and he also carries two really big swords. So
I wow, I just thought of it. He's like Deadpool Batman. He's got the two katanas on his back, and he's slicing and dicing like
yeah,
Wolverine. But I read this one. This one was the conclusion to the Batmans. You know how Batman had the little excerpts from in the past, what 5, 6 comics. They had that
yep,
little story going on with Ghostmaker. So this was the finale. So Ghostmaker made it to the top of his hotel, his building that he was going to, and he's going to fight the bad guys. I won't spoil anything. I just wanted to bring this up because the art style is something I haven't really seen. It's more of a anime sort of look to it, and it just really caught my eye. I thought it was really neat. I've never seen Batman like that. Have you?
no, I love it. It
Like
is it
it's
is really nice. You know, lately they're really doing a great job with the colors in comics. They're really popping, and there's this high contrast between the shadows, the light and the dark. So yeah, this looks great. I'm definitely gonna check it out.
yeah, it was really nice, and like I've never seen a book looking that style. Like I've been watching a lot of Cowboy Bebop recently, and it kind of gave me the Cowboy Bebop feels, if
Yep.
that makes sense. Like long legs, long arms, small torso. It just
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Ghostmaker, and I really like this issue.
Nice. No, it looks fantastic. Yeah, so that one's definitely gonna be checking that out, putting that on the radar. Ooh, a
You
book we both absolutely love came out, and this is the final issue of Scotty Young's tale, The Me You Love in the Dark. Awesome, awesome art in this one. It's Jorge, is it Corona Caronia. I apologize for the name, but yes, wow. Okay, let's keep this one spoiler free because I did read this in the shop when it came out. So yeah, what did you think of it, Jesse? Just your impressions. We're not going to spoil it, people. You need to read this book. It's very, very good.
um how do I put this? If you just read the book and you didn't think about the book, you probably were let down by the ending, but we've discussed it before. We both thought there was hidden meaning behind the Me You Love in the Dark. And I think if
Yep.
you sat and read it with a critical mind, you would find the hidden meaning and you would really enjoy it. I personally really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I thought it was an amazing ending. What about you? What did you think?
Yeah, yeah, same thing. It's definitely heavy in the metaphors and stuff, but I think there was yeah, it's just this is a really cool book. The art's fantastic. And if you've been following it like this, there was one conclusion to it. I think that I'm hoping, not I think, I am hoping that this is not the last we see of these characters. I think it's a very, very interesting tale. And it was very smartly put together and stuff. So yeah, I truly dug it. I think I don't want to use the word predictable for the ending for me, but I saw parts of it playing out, but that didn't mean I was disappointed in it. So yeah, another solid book. And kudos to the creative team because it's just fantastic.
And we'll put a pin in that for next week, and maybe we'll go and talk a little few spoilers, let people grab their copies and read it, and
And
talk
read it,
spoilers
yes,
next
yes,
week.
no, for sure. All right, what else? What else was on tap for you? Because lots of great things came out this week.
The one
Oh,
and
there's your
only
boy,
Nightwing.
Red Hood.
Yes, Tom Taylor's Nightwing featuring the one and only Red Hood. Did you read this at all?
I
Did you
have
pick it
not
up?
read that, but it is on the top of my my list here at home. Well, again,
It is.
it's only Friday, and the weekend is going to include reading lots of comics. One thing I have to really give props to DC for is this round of annuals were all written by the main writer. So it's
Mhm.
not like a side story. So a lot of times, especially in the shop, people don't pick up annuals for series that they're on. But this time we made sure, because we looked and said, hey, yo, that is the writer. So it's going to be relevant. So yeah, so tell us about this one, Jesse.
So this one is just if you're not following the Nightwing story, I guess it's been a
You
few
should be.
issues. You should be, but it's been a few issues since we actually got to the main story. Nightwing jumped over to Fear State, and there was 2 or 3 issues with the Fear State title. But if you haven't been following the continuity, this is the perfect book, I think, to test the waters with Tom Taylor's writing.
Mhm.
Um, the story follows Red Hood. He's assassinated a FBI informant, and he's been not caught by the FBI, but he's been videotaped shooting up an FBI informant on his way to rat on some crime boss. So Nightwing's in a lot of trouble, and his one and only friend, well, not one and only friend, but one of his friends comes to his rescue, and it's none other than Dick Grayson, Nightwing. So we get to see the assassination at first. It sets up the whole story, and then it goes to Nightwing. Nightwing's watching the recording because Oracle stole herself a copy, and then Nightwing reminisces of the time he went out with Robin as Nightwing, and they kind of acted like brothers. They did, oh, let's steal the Batmobile. Hopefully, Bruce doesn't find out that we took the Batmobile out without his permission. And they're just being two brothers, just acting like two brothers. And one of the lines that really hit me in the feelings was, "Oh, we're brothers. We'll keep the secret between us." Like all brothers, they have secrets that nobody knows about except the two of them, right? Like inside jokes and
Yeah.
secrets. So Nightwing knows where Red Hood is, and he goes and confronts him. And he says, "Did you do it?" He said, "No." He said, "Okay, I believe you. Let's go find out what happened." And then I won't
Nice.
go into any more depth, but that was the first few pages. So it set up the story where Nightwing's going to go bail out his brother Red Hood.
Right
Just
on. Well, listen, we all know that Tom Taylor's he's the king of handling those relationships so well. He just nails them. So yeah, perfect, perfect. I'm glad you set that up for everybody out there. The Nightwing run has been fantastic, and there's a lot of Red Hood fans. And I think if they just wanted to pick up one issue of this Nightwing, not only will they be hooked, but they could just pick it up just because Red Hood is in it. So yeah,
Mhm.
that is fantastic. So
Just
that's
great
just
writing.
a quick look basically at some of the books we're reading, but we know why you're here, because we spotlight one book that just blows us away every week. So let's put up our Heroes World Spotlight comic book for this week, and it is none other than the DC Black Label book called Wonder Woman History of the Amazons. And wow, what a gorgeous cover. This book is the oversized format for the Black Label. We've got Kelly Sue DeConnick writing with just breathtaking art by
Yeah.
Phil Jimenez. Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons. Just wow. Like yeah, Jesse, let's fire these up full screen while we talk about this book. I gotta say, I think DC, I don't want to say mismarketed this book, but they were not shouting this book from the rooftops. And they really should be. This book is fantastic. It's gorgeous. It's well written. It's moving. It's inspiring. Um, it is just super cool. The last time I was blown away by art and storytelling like this was way back with Alan Moore's Promethea. And that was Alan Moore and J.H. Williams the third doing the art. And you can see it's almost very, very inspired by this. But what exactly is this book? This book is chronicling how the Amazons came to be. And what we're seeing here on this gorgeous panel are the different deities, the different gods, or sorry, goddesses. And this story chronicles why they created the Amazons. They petitioned Zeus because they're like, the world of man, we need to get rid of men because men in their violent ways have been mistreating and disrespecting women, and there's no rhyme or reason for it. And Zeus basically is just, hey, this is how they live. They, there's good and there's bad, and these goddesses decide that answer is not good enough, so they are going to take matters into their own hands. Yeah, just an amazing start and an amazing look at how the pantheon of gods look. Like, you can see Zeus there, and he's enormous, and he's blue, and he's got the horns, and you can see just the electricity. Man, it's just so good. Jesse, what did you think of this one?
Oh, I loved it. Like, the art is beautiful. The art, you got to look at it. You're like, there's so much detail in every little page that you see. Like, look at all the characters we got here. What are they called? The goddesses.
Yep.
Like, and they're all different. I can't name them, but they all have attributes that the gods would have, right? Like what's the war's one name? I can't remember at the moment, but she's at the very end. She's got the
Artemis.
Artemis,
Artemis, and Athena, Aphrodite, Hecate, Demeter. Yeah, just everyone, like you said. These are how we've never seen them look like this. And then just look at the classic, almost Greek art style that's along the border on the bottom. This is just a masterpiece. Phil Jimenez is, I think this is his tour de force right here. So
yeah, it's beautiful. Like, great value too. It was how big was that book? How many pages do you think offhand?
Oh man, I'm not sure, but it took me quite a while to read it. This is one of those books that, like you said, there's so much to see. You read the words, and then you just get lost in the images and the panels and stuff. Yeah, so I'm glad they did this as an oversized format, because you can just pawn over absolutely everything. Yeah, I just loved it. And also, I want to say that I've read Wonder Woman for a long time, but this history that they're weaving was new to me, and I found it just really intriguing. Just seeing the machinations of what the realm of the gods are, seeing how the goddesses, they basically went to the underworld to have this secret meeting, like this sisterhood where they got together where no one else could find them, and they have the dialogue, they decide what to do. And then just how cool was it that each one of them planted these quote unquote seeds in the earth that birthed the Amazons, and each of these goddesses had a tribe of 5 Amazons. And I think we've got some of those pictures to show you. But man, all of them just, yeah. So these are the 30 original Amazons, 5 for each of the goddesses. But yeah, I'd never seen them look like this, and it's just fantastic. Or man, if I haven't, I'm missing out. But this was a great introduction to it for me. Yeah, I just love it. And I gotta say, like, it brought me, kind of like flashbacks of, I really, really enjoyed the Assassin's Creed Odyssey and stuff. So seeing kind of that, art style and what reminded me of that game. So again, both of those things were beautiful. The game was great, but this, yeah, seeing Greece and seeing the gods look like that and hearing the names and stuff like that just really made me think back to it. But yeah, so here we go. Look at this, the Tribe of Hestia. And this is the back of the comic book. So they kind of have like, almost like bonus features and stuff. But yeah, each of the tribes have their own characteristics, their own look. And I love how the Amazons aren't all portrayed with the same figure and the same
Yeah.
attire and stuff. Like, look at this, the Tribe of Athena. Man, that is just so epic. Like I said, after seeing this, I was just like, I gotta fire up some Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I actually picked Cassandra as to go through the game. So I'm like, yeah, maybe I gotta go and do some adventures as Cassandra after seeing that, because super cool.
It almost, if you like art books, it's almost worth it to just get it for the art.
Oh, 100%.
Like it really gives me the God of War feels. Like it's I don't know. I caught myself looking at the pictures more than reading the words and just getting
Yes.
lost in them. Right? They were beautiful.
Yeah, getting lost in the art. There was so much to see, so much it's, yeah, this is, like you said, I think that not only is this like our comic book spotlight of the week, but like you said, so much bang for your buck,
Yeah.
and sorry, I've just like, look at that. That is just wow, like unreal. So guys, do yourself a favor, don't sleep on that book, even if you don't know anything about the Amazons. It's not, we haven't gotten to Wonder Woman or anything that yet, but yeah, we see Hippolyta, and man, it's just fantastic. So it's really, really cool. So yeah, don't sleep on that. Trust us, you're gonna want to that. That's our Heroes World comic book spotlight, Wonder Woman Historia, on store shelves right now. So speaking about store shelves, let's get to our next segment, which is our comic book cover of the week. And yeah, so we started this last week, and this week there were several covers that could be nominated. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you some of the covers. We're going to pick our favorite, but we want you guys to comment and vote on it, and let us know what you think of what you guys think is your favorite cover that of the five that we're going to show you. So Jesse, let's start. Let's show the folks
Let's
at home what the
what's
first
what's
cover
what's
is.
in store. Yes, they lots of amazing covers. This one is the Detective Comics Annual 2021, and it is the B cover. Um, we get Batman, we get Joker, we get an amazing Mr. Freeze, we get an amazing Harley Quinn, Penguin in the background, and it's all connected together with that lightning stroke in the background, right? Like
Yes.
amazing cover.
And this is, I think Jason Fabok did the art for this one.
I believe so. Yes.
Yes. And yeah, and I wonder if that's Wayne Manor. So, but yeah, great cover. Batman's Rogue Gallery, and of course the Dark Knight himself in the background. So next up, let's see what is cover number 2. Ooh,
It's
your boy.
Ghostmaker from Batman, the annual we were talking about earlier. This is the B cover as well, and it's got I don't know. I got a really like Ghostmaker, so decided to throw this in. It is a very nice cover. It's very Ghostmaker. He's got a sword and it's swinging down the line in the middle. I just thought this was a really nice one as well.
Definitely. I like the simple symmetry of it, but yeah, it's very, very cool.
See, I'm kind of sad about Ghostmaker because he was James Tynion's character, and now James is leaving the Batman run. I'm hoping he stays around, but we'll see what happens with him, right?
All right.
Next, we have Spider Man from The Amazing Spider Man. This is number 80. So we got a very weird looking Spider Man, and he is being eaten by Craven. I thought this one was kind of
Psychedelic.
psychedelic, a little trippy, a little weird.
Yep.
I dig this one. And then we have. Oh, you want to tell us about this one?
Yes. So here we have from the series Darth Vader. This is Darth Vader number 18, and this is none other than Ken Lashley, the lead killer, doing what he does best. I would probably argue one of the best Star Wars artists out there, period. This guy is a master, and just look at that. Like, Vader is just deflecting laser blasts, he's holding the ground, and yeah, just a fantastic, fantastic cover. One of the cool things that you may not know about Ken is, Ken, his Star Wars stuff is so on point. He Most of his stuff, if not all, is automatically approved by Lucas Licensing. So he's worked hand in hand with them for so many years that when he gets to do covers or interior work and stuff like that, it's almost like it already gets the stamp of approval because they know that he understands the subject matter. And just look at that. Yeah, I got to say this one here is it's got my vote for cover of the week for sure.
And then last but not least, we have Venom Number Two. This cover is done by John Boy Myers, and I personally picked this one for my cover of the week. I love the way how bulky and menacing the Venom looks. I don't think we've seen a bulky, muscular Venom like this in a long time, and it just, if you've read issue number 1, you know that there's a new Venom in town, and it's Dylan, and he's out for blood. And I think this character really screams menacing and scary, right?
Yeah, wow, this is great. When it's always an amazing week when two of your friends have great covers out, and it's such a hard choice. But I'm a Star Wars guy, so that's not taking anything away from John Boy. This cover is great. The colors are amazing. I love how he's got the chains wrapping from the hands and behind, because as you know, Dylan uses chains with that on in his version of Venom. But yeah, 2 great covers. Guys, let us know which one you think is the best in the comments below. Jesse's choosing Venom. I'm choosing the Darth Vader. But let us know, maybe you like the Batman annual, or maybe you liked the Ghostmaker cover. So let us know in the comments below, and we will let you guys know what cover got the most votes.
So last week, we put this video up on YouTube and asked you to vote down below, and I believe the cover that won was The Flash.
Nice.
The cover I picked, and it was just 2 votes, guys. Come on, we need you to we need you to vote for the covers you like.
Yeah, come on, participate. Yeah. And maybe there will be some, future stuff involved in there. So for voting or best comment, maybe we'll have some surprises in store for you guys come the new year. So keep it locked here to find out what we are talking all about. Yes. So much good stuff this week, but sometimes we glaze over what happened last week, because again, every week is chock full of stuff. So we're adding a brand new segment called Last Week in Comics. We're going to go back in time and talk about some of the cool stuff that came out last week. First up, Jesse, this is a book that you are absolutely loving. Let's get some in-depth spoilers. So going forward, guys, spoilers. We're talking deep with this one because again, you've had a week to read it, and if you haven't read it, then maybe this will tempt you into reading it.
Yes, I believe this Dark Ages number 3 is what inspired us to do the whole spoiler review, talk about sort of discussion. Because remember, I said something big happened, and I've never seen it happen before in a comic book. Well, let's talk about it. So, memory lapse. Quicksilver. I teased that Quicksilver was going on a secret mission to infiltrate the bad guys' base. Well, he was captured by the bad guys, and sorry, I think I'm in the way a little bit. If you look down in the far left corner there, there's a little guy. Do you know who that is?
On the left, that is the Purple Man.
And what is his power?
Well, he kind of gets in your head and controls you, makes you do whatever he wants while you are a passenger, basically, in your own body.
So he made Quicksilver go after his friends, go back to Wakanda and take out his friends at super speed and hold nothing back. So we saw Quicksilver going crazy. And you've read this one, right? I'm not
Oh, I
ruining it.
have, yes.
What did you think when you first saw this image of Quicksilver with the purple eyes running towards us, the reader?
I I was really thinking that this was going to be the end of Quicksilver. I thought he was going to be fast, but not fast enough because in this room we've got Spider-Man, we've got Human Torch, we've got Invisible Woman, we've got Black Panther, we've got Shuri, we've got the royal guards, the bodyguards of the king. I really thought that because he's controlled, they're just going to have to put this guy down quick. So I was not expecting what we saw happen. And
Nope.
yeah, just I underestimated how fast Quicksilver was.
What is that, a Koya up top there, or is that just
Yes.
yeah? She no longer in the Dark Ages comic book series. We see Spider-Man trying to take him out, but again, Spider-Man's just a little bit too slow for Quicksilver, and Quicksilver disarms the guard there, and guess what he does with that spear?
Yep. And just keep this in mind. He is moving faster than Johnny Storm can actually flame on. So could you imagine that type of speed? That is just yeah, that was a real wow moment. And if you can see the horror on his sister's face as she sees him, her brother, that's Sue Storm in the corner,
Yes,
and Johnny is just he is now impaled and he's dying, and it does look like his power is out of control at this point. So yeah, a very traumatizing and traumatic scene. All the heroes witnessing it, but wow, what a man! You were absolutely
yes.
right about that. That was a killer moment.
And I didn't grab the images for it, but right after that happened, right after Johnny gets stabbed, Sue Storm's right there, and they uh, Johnny kind of dies, right, looking at her, and she says, "I there's nothing I can do to save you. You're done." And fortunately, Sue Storm puts up a shield around herself and all the other heroes as he explodes and goes, I guess, supernova and
Supernova. Hmm.
burns everything around him. And there's nothing they can do except look at the pile of ashes that was once Johnny Storm.
Yeah, no, it was yeah, whew, heart wrenching moment. And yeah, like, but just super well led up to. This is like I said, this book is pulling no punches back. It is a what if story timeline, so it is self-contained, but you're also gonna notice if you know stuff about the characters, you're gonna see how this new world has changed them. So highly recommend it. Dark Ages 1 through 3. We have all of them at the shop, so yeah, you definitely want to pick that up. So next up, we've got another Elseworlds book that we want to do a little bit more talking deep dive into. So Jesse, let us go into the DC versus Vampire realm here, and let's go and talk about what we loved about this issue.
So DC versus Vampires #1 set up a main character being the villain. That is one and only Green Lantern. He is in charge of all the superhero vampires. We haven't been introduced to the vamp in charge yet. They keep talking about him. We haven't seen him yet, but
Mhm.
Green Lantern's in charge. He's taking out superheroes behind everybody's back. I can't remember the kid's name in the first one that he conjured a blender, put him in a blender, turned it on and then drank his blood after that.
Yep.
I think it was a Wonder Twin, wasn't it? One of the
Yep.
Wonder Twins. Yeah. So in this issue number 2, we see Green Lantern and the one and only Barry Allen Flash, the two buddies, getting together, hanging out. Green Lantern is told by his vampire overlords that Barry Allen cannot live. He is too quick. His metabolism works too quickly. He has one choice, and that's to kill Barry Allen. Because if Barry Allen is turned into a vampire, do you know what will happen?
No.
His his metabolism will work too quickly, and he will have to feed on everybody on Earth to satisfy his hunger because he's just so quick. So Green Lantern is
Wow.
in charge of offing him, and he says, "Sorry, Barry, but it's got to be done. You're dead." Neck snapped, on the ground, dead.
Wow.
So those were two wow moments from the past week or two that I wanted to bring up and share. What do you think?
Those were, yeah, definitely moments in comics that make you go, ooh, kind of queasy. I do want to bring up one funny moment from last week, and it's not a book that you would think would have too many funny moments, but I didn't put any pictures of it because it's just kind of hilarious. If you guys have been following Spawn, you know that there's been some new Spawn books come out, and McFarlane's building this whole universe. So one of the books was Gunslinger Spawn, hit issue number 2. And I don't want to spoil anything that happens in it, but there's this great moment where the Gunslinger Spawn is in a house and he sees a toilet. And he's like, "What is this?" And the kid that's with him is like, "It's a toilet. You go to the bathroom." He's like, "I know what it is." He's like, "But why is it in the house?" And the guy's like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Won't it smell if people use it?" And he's like, "Why would you want your house on top of a latrine?" And the kid's explaining to him, "No, you just flush it." And then the Spawn's like, "Well, where does it go? Is the government collecting your poop? Is that what they do?" And I just laughed out loud. And then there's this great panel of the house, and and he's got the word flush. So I guess the Spawn just kept flushing the toilet just because.
Just watching.
So I thought, hey, kudos to McFarlane for injecting some humor in a book that was otherwise, immensely violent, with the Gunslinger Spawn killing angels and impaling stuff. So, but yeah, that was a fun moment for last week in comics. So hey, sometimes they're going to be grim, but sometimes they're going to just be poop jokes, and it's pretty funny. All right, so speaking of poop, nobody wants poop for Christmas. Don't give bad Christmas gifts. We are picking out some great product for you for our next segment, which is the Heroes World wish list. So we got so many great products, and we know you guys are probably buying gifts for a whole lot of people on your list. So this week we're going to talk about Todd McFarlane's new Avatar line of figures. Hopefully you know a little bit about Aang and the Avatar The Last Airbender series. If not, you can catch it on Netflix, and I highly, highly recommend it. But we have got some of those new figures, and they come in a variety of sizes and styles. So here we have, this is their 5-inch figure line. So again, fully posable, and you even get his nice flying beast. I just love that guy. And you get his friends and his adversary. Each of the figures comes with different accessories, and you can reenact some of those great moments in the cartoon. But you also get Aang with his trusty staff, and he is looking very, very happy. He's kind of this happy-go-lucky guy. In this format, he is 5 inches, as I said before. But there's another one of him. Let's take a look at the packaging. It is absolutely beautiful. McFarlane has been really doing a great job on the figures. And here is Zuko. But this version of Zuko is also the 5-inch version, but there is a 7-inch line as well. So if you're in a little bit more into the collector's scale, there's the 7-inch line, as well as, and I hope I've got some cool pictures. This is Zuko in the 7-inch line, and you notice with this 22 points of articulation, so very, very posable. And this one has got to be the coolest. This one is a 12-inch statuette of Aang on the I guess the air sphere. But yeah, this is the packaging of it. Absolutely love these figures. They really capture the essence and the style that we saw in the cartoon. So if you have any fans of Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know that you can get figures from us, and there's all types of cool stuff. So hopefully that is going to knock somebody off of your list. But if you have more shopping to do and you have got a fan from the MCU, we have got the Falcon and Winter Soldier life-size prop replica shield. This thing is fantastic, and I believe it will make any Marvel fan happy, because you can put this on display in your movie room or your man cave or your fortress of solitude, whatever you're calling where you display your stuff. It also has straps that you can use it if you're going to do cosplay or go out in costumes. Very sturdy made shield. This piece sells out really fast, but we made sure we stocked up for Christmas. Let's get a couple other pictures. This is the front of the box here. And a lot of people ask if this shield is metal. It's not metal, but it's a very durable plastic. That means it is easy to hang. The metal shield was extremely heavy and was prone to being dented or scratched. This one is more resilient. Like I said, I have one myself, and it's fantastic. Here we go, close up of the box. And yeah, just a great, great piece. Anybody who is a fan, hopefully they love Captain America, one of the best parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And like I said, this is the version from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So yeah, hopefully, somebody who is going to want it. And yeah, oh, wrong slide here. Sorry, guys. So yeah, this one here is just stellar. Yeah, can't say enough about it. If you've got somebody who you really care about and they love it, definitely think about getting them this. It's 169 Canadian. So hopefully you like that person enough to get it for them. I like I said, I absolutely love this piece. So there's a few items for our Heroes World wish list. And that's going to bring us to the conclusion of this week's episode of TGIF. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Hopefully you're going to check out those covers and get back to us with which ones you think are awesome. And hopefully we are giving you guys some comics to think about and to check out, whether you are close to Heroes World or wherever your local comic shop is. Make sure you are doing your best to support them and keep reading good books. And Jesse, any last things? What do you got going on this weekend other than Fortnite that you can recommend or talk about?
Well, I gotta keep watching Cowboy Bebop. That's number one priority after this Fortnite event. And I don't know. What about yourself?
Yeah, so I just finished Shang-Chi. I know I'm a little bit behind, but that was excellent. So tomorrow I'm on tap for the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye. And then hopefully by next Wednesday have episode 4. So I might be giving you my little bit of a review on that. So stay tuned for that, and maybe a little bit of Halo campaign. So we'll move those in for next week's TGIF. But in the meantime, if you can't get enough of Heroes World's content, make sure you keep checking us out. On Sunday, we've got the Heroes World podcast. Monday, it's the Sidekick Show, and they are doing a rundown of Spider-Man movies all the way till we can get to see the new one, Spider-Man Homecoming. Thursday comes back with So What I Miss, and of course, Friday, TGIF. That's Jesse and I talking about all the cool stuff that comes in store, as well as what is the latest and greatest in comics. So keep it locked right here. If you're enjoying our content, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend.